Hi everyone, part 2 of Ubiquitous Connectivity. In the part 2, how your mobile phone works is explained. And we'll talk about mobile revolution and ubiquitous connectivity, and finally evolution towards 5G mobile network, right?
The mobile revolution. How mobile technologies drive $1 trillion impact. Mobile is the most rapidly adopted consumer technology in history. It is fueling economic growth for small and medium-sized businesses, stimulating huge private sector spending in R&D and infrastructure, and changing our daily lives. Small and medium-sized businesses are reaping the benefits of mobile. Those leading the way in mobile are growing revenue twice as fast as their peers and adding 8 times as many jobs. Mobile is a great leveler for small and medium-sized businesses, allowing them to compete on an even footing with larger enterprises. In just 6 countries, closing the divide between mobile leaders and mobile laggards could generate 7 million jobs. Mobile is connecting and empowering consumers everywhere. Data rates have soared. 4G is 12,000 times faster than 2G, while costs for consumers have plummeted. Costs per megabyte have fallen 99% for users in less than 10 years. In just 6 countries, the value consumers get from mobile over and above what they already pay is equivalent to $6.4 trillion US. Consumers in emerging markets value mobile at up to 45% of their income, far exceeding what they pay. For many consumers in emerging markets, mobile is their only portal to the internet. In 2014, the mobile industry generated almost $3.3 trillion in revenue globally. It is directly responsible for 11 million jobs and indirectly responsible for millions more around the world. Mobile players have invested $1.8 trillion in infrastructure and R&D from 2009 to 2013. The companies developing core mobile technologies invest a larger percentage of revenue in R&D than many industries known for heavy R&D, such as pharmaceuticals, with each technological breakthrough opening up a world of capabilities, such as mobile banking, connected homes, and self-driving cars. Mobile has grown faster than any industry in history, but it's still in its early days. To reach 5G and beyond, companies will need to invest about $4 trillion in R&D and CapEx by 2020, and consumers still want more. 90% of 3G and 4G consumers want more innovation, more speed, more connectivity, anywhere, everywhere. Many critical enablers have fueled mobile's unprecedented impact. Enablers like strong patent protection to incentivize innovation, standard-setting bodies to solve global technical challenges, market-driven licensing to ensure everyone has access to the best technologies, adequate spectrum to deliver the best user experience, and other key building blocks. Even though we are still at the beginning of mobile's story, the future is not guaranteed. Growth of mobile depends on forward-thinking governments and policymakers continuing to foster environments that incentivize strong investments in mobile, so that mobile can drive even greater economic growth, create more jobs, change the way we do business, and continue to transform our lives.
Mobile revolution occurred when Steve Jobs introduced smartphone in the market for the first time in the world in 2007, right? Since then, there are a lot of different smartphones and wearable devices, and all different mobile devices have been introduced in the market, right? So we are indeed living in the mobile revolution era, right? Expanding areas for smartphone innovation include CPU, GPU, multimedia DSP, modems, connectivity, and sensors and displays. So, whenever smartphone vendors introduce new releases of smartphones, right, they improve these hardware functions, right? They integrate more sensors and they improve display function and they improve performance of GPU and CPU and so on. And there are lots of mobile apps have been introduced, right? They're really mobile apps revolution, right? Now, mobile growth continues through 2020. In 2020, more people will have mobile phones than electricity at home, right? People with mobile phones, 5.4 billion, about 70% of global population have mobile devices. And about 68% of global population have electricity. About 58% of global population has bank accounts, and 45% has running water, and 36% of global population have cars, and 28% of global population have landline phones, right? So mobile growth continues tremendously. Expansion of mobility. The mobile internet connecting people has developed into the internet connecting things. And the meaning of a mobile is expanding to include IoT, right? So from mobility of computers to mobility of people to mobility of context with IoT. Now, with mobile revolution, we have ubiquitous connectivity, which provides connectivity to everyone and everything, everywhere and every time, right? The wireless connectivity initially need to connect individuals on the move is now increasingly underpinning all our surrounding services and infrastructures. This theme aims to develop novel communication technologies to allow any and all devices to create, share, and process data. Now, everyone is on the same network all the time these days, right? So we have global ubiquitous connectivity. So it will change our society over time in almost every aspect. So we have global ubiquitous connectivity. All right? Key enablers of ubiquitous connectivity include broadband wireless is getting much faster and cheaper. And devices are getting cheaper, smaller, and better. And device access over cloud. Web apps start competing with native apps, right? These are key enablers of ubiquitous connectivity. Now, with ubiquitous connectivity, everything is connected by IoT, right? Everything in the physical world is connected to the cyber world with ubiquitous connectivity. And these days, with the explosion of connected devices, IoT surpassed the mobile phones. So this shows this part is mobile phone growth, and this side shows IoT growth, right? So IoT growth already surpassed mobile phone growth, right? There are various different technologies to support IoT, right? You will learn these details from IoT course. Adaptability of ubiquitous connectivity. Even though you move or across different coverage area of wireless communications, you still keep seamless connectivity, right? So user move from one coverage area of an access point to another while a video streaming application is running. You still keep connectivity, right? That's the beauty of ubiquitous connectivity. Ubiquitous connectivity includes billions of subscribers, trillions of connections, all seamlessly connected and fully integrated, right? No matter what kind of wireless technologies are used, femto, Wi-Fi, WiMAX, cellular, Bluetooth, right? All different wireless technologies support ubiquitous connectivity, right? Seamlessly. Right. With seamless connectivity support, you can have pervasive user environment, right? Your user here and your connectivity is supported by all different kind of wireless and wireline connections, right? So this is really pervasive user environment. Now, all different mobile devices are seamlessly connected to the internet. So you can enjoy ubiquitous connectivity. Then, how to handle data storage. Luckily, cloud computing provides unlimited data storage space, right? As long as you pay for it, right? So cloud computing is implemented based on virtualized resource concept, right? So with this cloud computing support, you can store any data, anytime, any place. So ubiquitous connectivity is facilitated by cloud computing. The cloud computing supports infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service, right? With these three service models, ubiquitous connectivity is facilitated, right? That means all your mobile devices can be connected to the internet seamlessly, and also you can store all your data produced by your mobile devices, right?
I live in an age of boundless connectivity and intelligent automation. In my world, life isn't just longer, it's more fulfilling. My journeys aren't just quicker, they're effortless. And my work isn't just more efficient, it's more exciting. My world isn't just connected, it's intelligently connected. Intelligent connected solutions are made more powerful by combining 5G mobile networking with artificial intelligence and the Internet of Things. Mobile VR offers me instant access to unlimited gaming, while AI means a new game every game, with more challenges as I improve. Home shopping has evolved, and I now measure arrival time in hours, not days. Smart home delivery lets me buy with confidence, knowing that my order will be delivered safely, securely, and on time. Staying healthy has never been easier with the help of my virtual doctor. With real-time biometrics and AI diagnostics, we are all being cared for, anywhere, all of the time. Networked robotics and telepresence let me work with the world more directly. Now, I can be anywhere, at any time, doing my job more effectively and reaching people where they need me. I can be working remotely in Asia one day and teaching a room full of medical students in Africa the next. The age of boundless connectivity and intelligent automation is just around the corner. Operators are rolling out more powerful, flexible mobile networks. These networks will be used to connect billions of new things to smarter, more intelligent platforms that will transform the way we work, travel, live and play. Come and join me in my world, where intelligent connectivity is a reality.
Machines like robots. They can tamper with commands and sabotage the production line. In large-scale IoT implementations like smart cities, technologies are widely powered by sensors to gather data and work seamlessly with each other. Environment systems like smart trash cans make waste management more efficient. Smart kiosks provide easy access to various public services. These smart solutions are only some of the promised benefits. But what happens when the imagined utopia becomes a dystopian reality? Is being smart.
The first thing about 5G is it's an opportunity for transformation.
These technologies will form the world of the future. We cannot afford to be written out of that future.
You have to keep in mind that more or less everything will change.
We as an industry classify 5G as better speeds, lower latency, and the ability to connect the very large number of devices that are suited for very high-end applications.
Some of the applications that are likely to come from 5G, autonomous driving, developments in the healthcare area, smart cities, manufacturing, energy.
The 4G technology is connecting people. The 5G technology will be connecting objects.
When we talk about global connectivity, the relevant measure would be the number of connected devices. If there's roughly 20 billion connected devices today, it's projected globally there will be 50 billion connected devices by the year 2030 alone.
In order to be able to handle all of this traffic, you require a network that is much more flexible, and that's what 5G will bring.
It will be machines talking to machines, IoT or Internet of Things.
In manufacturing, for example, you can monitor much better all of the machinery that is part of the manufacturing process as well as the logistics.
You can start to predict and anticipate where the defects will happen. And as a result, you can improve the efficiency that can translate into billions of dollars of savings for the industry.
Just imagine a new scenario where everything is connected. Do we need traffic lights? We don't need traffic lights. You just speak and say, I'm going home. The network knows where your home is. The network knows where all the cars and the traffic is.
The result of that ends up being reduced energy consumption, reduced carbon footprint.
For many years, environmental policy relied on educated guesses and hunches. There wasn't really a very strong evidence base. And so this is where I think technology can help us far outpace what we've been doing in the past.
What 5G will open up is this instrumentation and transportation of data that could really take healthcare to a completely new level. Right now, if someone's having a heart attack, there's no way of sensing that. 5G and beyond will allow the early detection well before you even feel the symptoms.
5G is going to underpin the digital economy in many countries. And that's why it's really important that we get these enabling conditions right.
But I think we have a behavioural issue that we need to address. We spend a lot of time engaged with our devices to the extent that we're looking at how do we actually make people look up when they cross the road. There's one thing about being a smart city. The other challenge is, do you use this technology well? Does it make us happier people? Do we use the city in a better way?
We need to focus on not just the near-term economic benefit for the corporate world, but the societal benefit that 5G will bring.
If you put a VR lab in a school, the students can explore the pyramids of Egypt or even the solar system. But on the continent, there are challenges with even basic internet access today.
A lot of infrastructure in countries is built by governments in order to attract corporate investment. So governments need to decide what are the infrastructure elements they should be encouraging investment in.
5G gives us the potential to leapfrog into the next generation of connectivity. And I really hope policymakers, tech entrepreneurs, mobile operators, civil society activists pay real attention to making sure that this era of human history really becomes the generation where we close that gap between the rich and poor parts of the world.
"5G will power the fourth industrial revolution." First, explosion of mobile data traffic. With advent of new bandwidth consuming devices and services, right? And rapid increase in connected devices is from connecting people, things, data, and even processes. Everything on the cloud in the 5G environment. This is from accelerating transformation of a legacy business to cloud-based convergence services, right? And proliferation of hyper-realistic media services from hyper-realistic media such as Ultra High Definition Plus and 3D hologram, right? And knowledge as a service through big data analysis. So from new value creation through context-aware capability, right? Now, a few countries launched 5G in 2019 for the first time, and in 2020 a few more countries deployed 5G, and we expect very high growth rate with 5G, right? As you can see, Asia Pacific countries are very aggressive with 5G. Partly because Huawei is very, very aggressive in leading 5G technologies, right? And North America, including US and Canada, also launched the 5G. And some European countries are expected to join sometime soon, all right? Now, the vision for 5G is to have one network, single network for multiple industries. So the requirement for 5G is to support 10 to 100 times higher end user data rates than 4G and 5 times better for low latency and 1,000 times more mobile data volumes and 10 times better for battery life and 10 to 100 times more connected devices, right? So with virtualized network slicing, a common network platform can be built with dynamic and secure network slices, right? This is the vision for 5G. In terms of service, objective of 5G is to make everything as a service. So digital service providers monetizing everything as a service in every industry, including automotive, manufacturing, telecom or media industry, banking or insurance industry, electronics, and healthcare. Now, near-term opportunities with 5G are in mission-critical and massive connections because 5G supports very high peak data rate like 20 gigabps and very low latency, right? This high peak data rate is required to transport AR, VR like video services and mirror systems, right? And the latency, very low latency, less than 1 millisecond, right? This can support some tactile internet and vehicle telematics and mobility, very high speed environment, like 500 kilometers per hour. So like a very high speed railway, right? Within very high speed railway station, you can still have connectivity with 5G, right? For this kind of environment, for this kind of services can be supported by 5G for mission critical services. Now, massive connections with IoT environment, right? The new IoT applications, like the massive IoT, for connections 10 to 6 units per square kilometers, right? And area capacity 100 megabps per square meters, right? So very high density small IoT devices might be deployed heavily, for example, in smart city, right? In this environment, the massive connections are deployed. So in this environment, you need new type of wireless or mobile communication technologies. So in this environment, 5G can support, right? So again, mission critical and massive connections can be supported by 5G, right? In the near future. On the other hand, as time passes, and also radio performance can be enhanced, right? So this is the 5G objective for opportunities. All right. Let me introduce the plan for SK Telecom with 5G. SKT wants to support digital media, IoT, and AI and big data related services with 5G, right? So for data media, mobile IPTV, and media contents, AR, VR, and video streaming. This kind of services require high bandwidth, right? So 5G can support this kind of services. IoT, heavily deployed IoT devices and high performance environment and connected cars can be supported 5G. And massive compute infrastructure, the voice and the speech, AI-based voice and speech, and MNO big data, mobile big data, collection and analytics and real-time collection and operations can be supported by 5G. Now, this is KT's vision for infrastructure to support fourth industrial revolution, right? And KT wants to build engine of fourth industrial revolution with 5G, IoT, cloud, big data, and artificial intelligence, right? I explained this one as an intelligent ICT, as a convergence of AI and ICT, right? ICT here includes IoT, cloud, big data, right? And 5G, right? So with the convergence of AI and ICT, they want to build the engine of the fourth industrial revolution. So with this engine, they want to create more jobs, reduce polarization, and improve quality of life. So eventually, they want to build infrastructure for human-centered intelligence information society, right? This is the vision of KT for the infrastructure of fourth industrial revolution engine. Okay, Rahmat, Spasiba, and thank you.